everybody, it's James2Bay439 here, and we are back for another clock video. As you guys can see, I have pretty much all the clocks in my collection here in my filming spot, including the Bulba. Now, I'm looking at my watch, and it's telling me it's 7:24, but all the clocks here are telling me it's 6:24. Well, daylight savings just happened, and you know what that means. We have to turn the clocks an hour ahead. So, this video, we will be turning all my clocks an hour ahead, and it's going to be a little bit longer than last time, considering we do have some new clocks to the collection. So this will definitely be fun because we got a lot more to work with. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video as I turn my clocks 1 hour ahead. To start things off, we are going to turn the Howard Miller Webster an hour ahead. So we'll open up the access door. Current time is 7:26, so we'll set that there. This one is all set to go. So let's wind our, not wind, let's turn our next one an hour ahead. Now we're going to change one of my analog clocks an hour ahead. This is a sharp clock with a quartz movement. It's pretty basic. I got this from an estate sale for a very cheap price. I just wanted to have something basic, a basic analog clock like this to add to my collection. So I purchased it. Very cheap. It was like $5. So we'll change this one an hour ahead. It's currently 7:35, so what you do is you go around the back and you turn the dial. I think we gotta turn it clockwise. Yep. All right, and that should be good right there. So that one's now all set. Let's move on to the next clock. Let's do the Bulba next. This is the clock that started it all for my clock series on my channel. So we'll change this one an hour ahead. Just gotta first open that top access door. And then I gotta grab the pendulum so it doesn't fall. I'm actually gonna have to do this off camera. I'm gonna take the pendulum off the clock. So there we go. This is the pendulum to the clock. And what we'll do for this is we'll go around the back. See, this is the back. We're gonna go around and the thing is right there. So I'm gonna put it back here so you guys can see it. It's currently 7:37, so we're gonna change it to 7:37. All right, and there we go. So that's it for the Bulba. And I'm not gonna let you guys see the rest of the chiming because we got a bunch of clocks to do. So next clock. All right, here's another analog clock in my collection. This one is actually in my kitchen, so let's turn this one an hour ahead. It's 7:40 now, so we'll set it to 7:40. And there we go, just like that. I'm trying to get the minute hand in the right spot. There we go. See, that's the back of it. Very nice. Got this clock a few years ago. Very nice. Hold on, I'm just going to adjust the minute hand a little bit. There we go. Sometimes these ones, they can be really hard to get it in the right spot. So there's that one. That one's now changed. So let's do one of my Howard Miller timbre clocks. Actually, I only have one. So let's do the Howard Miller timbre mantle clock. This was the first timbre mantle clock I got from my collection. So we're going to turn this one an hour ahead. So what we'll do, because it just did the 45-minute chime, is we will turn it ahead to 7:41, 7:42 actually, and then we'll unsilence it, and then the next chime it will do the hour chime at 8 o'clock. So this one's all set to go. We'll make this one very quick. Now let's do the Hershey. This was the first ever wind-up clock I got from my collection. And I did that too fast. And the chimes are going to be screwed up. That's okay, it'll fix it. So despite the chimes on this one being messed up and it's doing the 15-minute, that just means that it won't do the hour strike. So it'll probably do the 45-minute chime on the hour, and then it wouldn't strike for another hour. So this one will, fortunately, all these clocks can correct themselves in a situation like that. So this one's going to be 43. So this one we're just going to leave the way it is. This one will auto-correct itself. Pretty much all these clocks can do that, which is nice. So no point for me to mess with it and take up more time in the video. So let's just move on to our next clock. This right here is a rare Howard Miller Mantle Clock, and it's rare because of the design on the front of it. And you guys will get to see a clock later in this video that has a very similar door design to it. However, that one is not so rare. You can find that one pretty much anywhere. This one though, this is pretty hard to find, so this is definitely a beauty. So we're gonna turn the hands an hour forward. We're gonna silence the clock again, just like we did with the Howard Miller Timber Mantle Clock. And we're going to change the time to 7:48 because that's what time it is right now. And then there you go, just like that. That'll do the 45-minute chime, and it's perfect because it's now set for the 8 o'clock hour strike chime. So this one's all set. We have 2 clocks left, and then we go on to the wall clocks. So let's get to it. And now we'll do the last analog clock in my collection, the National Audubon Society Bird Singing Clock. And I gotta say, at first I wasn't so sure if I wanted to get this clock for my collection. I went to an estate sale, I saw the pictures online for this thing, and it looked interesting, so I figured I would go and check it out. And it was selling for a pretty cheap price, and I didn't know if I really wanted to have this clock for my collection. Boy, am I glad I did get it for the collection because I love this thing. This is a great clock, and I love hearing the bird melodies at every hour. And I just don't know what my collection would be like without it because, well, if I didn't buy it, I wouldn't know to this day what the collection would sound like. So definitely really glad I got this for the collection. It's such a nice clock, and technically it's a cuckoo clock because the birds sing on it at every hour. So it's a really neat clock. So let's change it an hour ahead, and you guys will get to hear what the American robin sounds like. That's going to be the 7 o'clock bird. And it's currently 7:54, so let's see. This is the back, by the way. 2 batteries to run the bird melodies and 1 to power the movement. So let me find my, there it is. Okay, now I'll turn it ahead. And there you have it. That's the American Robin bird melody on this clock. It's a very nice clock. Like I said, I'm really glad I got this for the collection. And there you have it. We have 1 mantle clock left before we move on to the wall clocks. So let's get to it. And now the final mantle clock. This is my Sly triple chime mantle clock, and I got this off eBay for a brilliant price. And I gotta say, this clock makes for a great addition to my collection. It's a really nice clock. So let's open up the door and let's change it an hour ahead. And just like with some of the other clocks, we will silence it. and we're going to turn it an hour ahead. It's now 7:58, so we will put it on the 58 mark, and then we will unsilence it. And because it already did the 45-minute chime, the next chime it will do will be the hour sequence, which will be on the hour, so this one won't need any self-correcting. So this one's all good to go. Let's move on to our next 3 clocks, and I did make a mistake earlier. It said 3 wall clocks. We actually have the grandfather clock and 2 wall clocks. I forgot we did the Bulba, which is a wall clock. We did that down here because you can't really change the hands just by moving them. You actually have to go into the back of the clock in order to do that. Anyway, let's move on to those clocks, and then that will be it for the video. All right, let's turn the grandfather clock an hour ahead. About 7:29, so we're gonna go, well, that's gonna chime. Well, anyway, that'll be it for this one. So that will finish chiming in a second. And some of the other ones are going off. So next up, let's go to the next one. Next up, we're gonna change the Howard Miller Lewis clock an hour ahead. This is a new clock to the collection, so this will be the first time I change the clock for daylight savings. So here we go. There we go. There's the Howard Miller Lewis, and that's a quick sneak peek for you guys because I have not shown you guys that clock yet. So there's a quick look at one of the new ones in my collection. Now let's move on to the next one. And now the grand finale. We're going to change the Centurion wall clock 1 hour ahead. And there we go. Now that one's all changed. Thank you all for watching this clock video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got all the clocks changed an hour ahead now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.